Let's talk about the 9 books that I read in June. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kirtana and I love to talk about books. So today's video is gonna be my June reading wrap up. Okay, so before we start discussing the books that I read in June, I have two things to talk about. One, do you like my new filming background space-ish thing? I made myself this little reading space in my living room where I want to like read and film and stuff. So I have like a chair, I have my bookshelves behind me, and I have this whole video of me setting this whole space up, and that video will be the next video up on my channel. So if you want to see how I made this space and everything, and like my chair and all the books and my bookshelf tour and all that, stay tuned for that. And the second thing I want to talk about is I know I am late with my June reading wrap up. It's because I was sick all of last week, so I couldn't really yap on camera because I had a really bad cough. I still do have a cough, but it's not as bad, so I can talk, and I'm pretty sure I'll cough in between recording this, but I'll just edit that out so you guys won't even know. But anyway, I was sick, so I couldn't film, but now I finally feel okay enough to. So I thought let's sit and talk about all the books I read in June. I read a total of 9 books, which I'm actually kind of amazed by because I felt like I barely read at all in June. But yeah, I was counting today on how many books I actually finished, and I read a total of 9 books. I will tell you a little bit about the book, what I rated them, would I recommend it, and all of this will be no spoilers. So yeah, let's just jump into the first book. So the first book I read in June was Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. This is book 3 in her interconnected standalone series, The Lakefront Billionaires, and I have to say I actually really like this series so far. The second book was my favorite, so I was super excited getting into this. This book follows Lorenzo and Lily. Lily lives in this small town and she has a flower shop business that she runs in this town, and Lorenzo has recently moved into this town. We kind of start seeing him from the first book itself, where he moves into this town, and I think he's moving back. I think he lived there when he was a child, I'm not really sure, but something like that. And now he's moved back into this town to become the mayor of this town. Like, he wants to run in the elections to become mayor of this town. He has his own agenda for wanting to do it, which we find out slowly throughout the book. But anyway, so he needs to become mayor of this town. Obviously nobody in this town really knows him and they don't trust him, so they don't want to like vote for him or anything like that. And Lily, on the other hand, is the town sweetheart. So they both kind of strike a deal to fake date so that Lily can help improve Lorenzo's like town credibility of sorts and make people like him more so that they would eventually trust him and vote for him. And Lily needs him to win the election so that she can save her business, because there's like a whole thing behind that also. So it is like fake dating. He is a billionaire and I think millionaire, not billionaire, one of it. So yeah, that's how basically the story starts. Lorenzo also has OCD and anxiety, so this book has like mental health rep. I really like the OCD rep and how she dealt with it in this book. But I do have to say, I think I like this book the least out of the 3 in this series. This was probably the book I was most excited for because they were building up Lorenzo and Lily throughout the series, and I thought this would be like really insane, but it just was not for me. First of all, I found it a little bit too long, which honestly all of Lauren Asher books are a bit long, which I don't mind. I actually like it because I feel like it's not enough. Like, I like the love stories so much that I want to read more, so it never bothered me before. But for this one, I did find it boring in many parts. Like, I kind of lost interest. The plot was not great for me. It was just okay, and even like their relationship, I think it was just built up so much that it just couldn't execute in the book. It just felt like there was a lot missing, I think, from the relationship. I don't know, so it just was not my favorite. It was still cute, but it was just not my favorite. I ended up giving this 3.5 stars. But yeah, like I said, not my favorite in the series. Out of the whole series, if you would want to read only one book, I will say read the second book. Love Unwritten is still my favorite. It is so good, but this one, yeah, not as much. The next book I read was Call You Mine by Katy Michele. I did receive this as an e-arc, so I read this on my Kindle. Oh my god, I loved this book so much. It was such a surprise for me. I requested this book as an arc just because I read some of the tropes and I thought it looked interesting, but I had no clue about the author. I hadn't read the blurb, nothing. and I actually really love this. This book follows Eva and Anderson. Eva has an alcoholic mother, so from a very young age she has learned that she has to like be the responsible one. She has to be like super independent, and you know, she's kind of wary of letting other people into her life. Anderson on the other hand also comes from a very big family. He has a lot of siblings and stuff, but he is the eldest, so he's always had that upon himself to take care of the family, to be the man of the house. Now currently Eva is a barista at like this coffee shop, and Anderson is a firefighter. They have a no strings attached relationship since like a few months. So they just like kind of sleep together and that's about it. But Anderson really likes Eva and he wants more out of their relationship, and he's just really scared to tell her. He doesn't know how to go about telling her because he's scared if he tells her he wants more, she's just gonna run away. The book kind of begins with some stuff happening and Eva having to take in her younger sister and have to actually adopt her and be able to take care of her. So when Child Protective Services actually comes to like evaluate if she is okay to take care of her sister, they find that she is not stable enough to be able to take care of her sister. To make her case better and stronger for CPS, Eva and Anderson decide to get married. Now this is, according to Eva, just a marriage of convenience till she is able to adopt her sister, and that's about it. Anderson on the other hand has deep feelings for her, so he's actually really excited about it. So that's how the whole thing starts. It's like a marriage of convenience. They kind of force proximity because they end up living together. This book was just so cute. This was a definition of a man down bad. He was so down bad for her. Like he would do anything for her, and like the whole relationship and this whole small family that they built for themselves, just him, Eva and Eva's sister. It is so cute. The relationship Anderson builds with her sister is also really cute. I don't know, I thought the whole thing was so like sweet. Eva also struggles with OCD, so we have a little bit of that too in it, and how Anderson just helps to like regulate her environment a little bit better so that she can thrive. It's just, I found the whole story so wholesome. It was just so nice. Also another trope that's there in this is accidental pregnancy, but I again thought it was done really well. I actually enjoyed the whole book. I loved it so much. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. I thought Anderson was such a cutie. Eva was so like in her shell, and it took so much for her to come out and like actually accept him and trust him. The whole process was just really nice, and I really enjoyed this book, and I think I really like this author and the way she writes, and now I want to read more by her. Then next I continued the Never After series. I read the first two books and I really enjoyed them, so I picked up Wretched by Emily McIntire, which is book number 3. I also listened to this on audio. I really recommend reading this entire series on audio, at least the first 3. So good. But yeah, so this is a reimagining of The Wizard of Oz. This story follows Evelina and Nicholas. Evelina's father runs this drug empire of sorts, and Evelina is like the brains behind it. She's more than the brains, she does a lot of it behind the scenes. Her dad is not the greatest person on earth, and he kind of uses her for all of her skills, but she's really good at what she does, and that's her whole life. She doesn't have life outside of this business that she like helps run. Nicholas on the other hand is an undercover DEA agent, and one night at like a random club, Nicholas and Evelina end up having like a one night stand, and then she thinks that, oh, she had fun, it was a good night, and that's it, she'll never see this guy again. But in a few days she actually finds him with her father because he has joined as a new employee in their business, but at the same time he is an undercover agent which nobody really knows, and he is assigned to this case to basically bring down this entire empire and to find out who is the brains behind it, which is kind of Evelina, right? So that's how the story starts, and it is so good. I ate this up. I loved it so much. This whole series, guys, I feel like it's so underrated. Every book is like blowing my mind. I end up giving this one also 4.5 stars. I rated the first 2 books also 4.5. But I am absolutely loving the series. Like I said, the audiobooks are so good. They are duet narration, so you have like a male and a female, and I really enjoyed it. It was just so good. It was very fast paced. It was so gripping, and like the whole process of them falling for each other, but then she doesn't know that he's an undercover agent, and Oh my god, no. And the ending and how it all really comes together, it was just so good. The next two books I read was Every Summer After and One Golden Summer by Carley Fortune. I do have an entire reading vlog of reading these two books, so I will not talk too much about them. Every Summer After, I ended up giving 4 stars. This follows Sam and Percy. They are childhood best friends to lovers to not really talking to each other and then to lovers again. So it has second chance also in this. This was just really cute. I love the setting. It's so good to read for summer. It's like set on the lake and everything about it was really cute. This is also dual timeline, so you get to see them fall in love when they were kids, and you also get to see the present where now they're meeting each other after like 10 years or so. So the only reason I did not give this 5 stars is because the whole conflict of why they stopped talking to each other and how it was resolved, just I don't know, so many things just didn't make sense to me, and I had like some issues with that. So that was literally the last 10% of the book. But till then, I really thought it was so good. That's why I ended up giving this 4 stars. This, on the other hand, One Golden Summer was so good. I love this so much. I give this 5 stars. This one follows Charlie and Alice. Charlie is Sam's brother, and this is just such a good book. Charlie is so cute. He was literally such a good MMC. Even Alice, I really loved how she was and the kind of person she was, her soul. She was just so sweet. This is also set in the lake. In this one, Alice is taking care of her grandmom who recently had surgery, and she brings her to their lake house just so that she can rest and relax and recover there. And Alice really thinks that she leads like such a boring life and she doesn't do many exciting things. So she has a list of things that she wants to do by the time summer gets over, and Charlie helps her get through that list. It is just such a cute story. I loved both of them. Everything about this book was perfect for me. Like I said, 5 stars. I enjoyed it so much. Guys, also side note, I don't know if you've seen my June TBR video, but I did pick 6 books from my TBR jar, and let's just say I barely read any. I think from the 6 that I picked, I decided to change one because one was pick a book with a color in the title, and I picked Butcher and Blackbird, but I didn't really get to it. But I read One Golden Summer, so I guess that was my second option for that pick. So I guess one book counts, I think. And then I read one more book, and the third one I read from the list I finished it in July, so I'll include it in next month's wrap up. But yeah, I think I read like only 2 from my TBR. That's kind of sad. The next book I read was Broken Dove by Dani Francis. I did get this from my library right when it released, so I needed to finish it last month, and I was so glad I read this book. Broken Dove is the second part to Silver Elite. This is a dystopian romantasy series. I cannot tell you what Broken Dove is about because that would be a spoiler for Silver Elite, but I have to say, like, Silver Elite had me very confused. I didn't know if I liked this book or no. I think I gave it like 3 stars or so. I think I was right in the middle. I thought it was okay. But this one was so good. I actually really enjoyed this book. I thought it was just done so well. In the first book, I found the main female character, Ren, like very difficult to understand. I did not understand any of her decisions. Most of them just pissed me off. And I was just like, what is going on here? I found it very difficult to connect to any of the characters. Just the way it was written, I would say. But in Broken Dove, I feel like we really got to understand the characters so much more. I felt more connected to them. I really understood Ren and how she is and why she is the way she is. I got that like completely. So that ways, I really like this book. Also, we got a lot of side characters in this book, and they were all so good. So all in all, I thought it was a really good book. I was like at the 70% mark thinking this is going to be a 4.5 or a 5-star read, but at the 70% mark something happened. Now if you go into this book blind like I did, that will shock you. Most people who have read the blurb or have seen tropes or something would know that it's coming, so I guess it wouldn't have been such a shock and you kind of would have expected it. I did not expect it, and I actually didn't like where it went at that point, but I think after reading a little bit more, I was okay with it, kind of, but not completely. I don't know. So because of that, only because of that, I end up giving this a 4 stars because I'm still like very on the fence about the way the story went. Like I did not expect that at all. But I do have to say the last 100 pages, the plot twist that happened, oh my god, it was just plot twist after plot twist, and there were just so many things that was given to us in those, like in the last few pages, that really blew my mind. So I definitely do want to continue this series, but yeah, I'm still on the fence about what happened. If you know, you know. If you do, please do let me know in the comments if you were okay with it or if you were not. I am, like I said, I would rather not have it, but maybe I can get okay with it. I don't know. But if you know what I'm talking about, please do comment and let me know your thoughts. Then I did another audiobook. I did And Now Back to You by B.K.Borison. This is the second book in the Heartstrings series. I think that's what it's called. The first one was First Time Caller, and I absolutely adored First Time Caller. And this book follows Jackson, who also works in the radio station that was featured in the first book. He's the weather reporter, or like a meteorologist, and the female character Delilah is also a meteorologist, weather reporter, but she does it on TV and he is on the radio. So that's like the difference. And in this book, what happens is there is like this crazy storm that's happening in their area, and they are both sent there to like the mountains where the storm is going to be the worst, and they both are sent there together to cover the whole storm. So we have force proximity. It's like you have all the tropes in this. You have only one bed, snowed in, forced proximity, like all of those things. When I read the blurb of it, and also Jackson from the first book, I actually really enjoyed him. He was so funny. So I had a lot of hopes going into this book, but I have to say I did not have that much fun. Like, I did not like it as much as First Time Caller. It was sort of a disappointment for me. I feel like Jackson in this book was very, very serious. Yeah, I know we went into his mind and we kind of understood like his issues and all the stuff that he goes through on day to day, but I feel like his character was so different from the first book, because in the first book he was just so funny. I think I would give this 2 stars. Like, it was just not fun for me, and I found myself getting bored quite a lot, like while listening to it, and I found myself zoning out quite a lot. So yeah, I mean, it just wasn't. I think it was a letdown because I was like expecting more out of Jackson's character, and I really understand, I do get why he is the way he is, but I think I expected it to be a little bit more funny, a little bit more cute, and like it didn't give that feeling to me. It was also a case of, if I didn't have the audiobook, I don't think I would have finished this book. Like, if I was reading it, I think I would have DNF'd it. So I would say, if you want to try it, try the audiobook, because I think that would be better than just like reading it. Or maybe you can try immersive reading it. That might be good too. And then the next book I read was Stateside by Aster. This was so good, guys. I actually really loved this. This is Aster's latest romantasy, which is adult. I know she has written the Light Clark series, but that is YA. This is adult, and this is the first book. I don't know how many books are going to be in the series. I think it should be 2, but I don't know if it's more than 2. The second book is coming out really soon. I think it's in November, so this would be a good time to read this, I would say. So let me first tell you what this book is about. So this world is basically divided into 2. You have Starside and Stormside. Stormside is where all the humans and the mortals live. Starside is where all the immortals and the gods who rule over the whole place live there. And what happens is, once in 50 years, the gates to Starside are opened, and 50 contestants from Stormside can enter Starside and go through the entire like land to reach the land of the gods. And if they do make it there, they receive a cup of magic, which you can use for anything, like to make your family's life better, grow crops or food, or like you can even drink it and make yourself immortal. So the possibilities are endless, right? So this is what people fight for every 50 years. Now we have our female main character, Eris, who is from Stormside, and her mission in life is to reach Starside and to reach the gods. And it is not for like what everybody else wants. Everybody wants that cup of magic. She wants to go for revenge. She wants to destroy the gods. She has her own agenda and like the reasons for why she wants to do it. But that's how the story starts. This story literally starts from the first challenge, right? So there is no lull period at all. It is so action packed, like things just keep happening one after the other. It is insane. The whole world that Aster has built of Starside is so beautiful. There are so many creatures. There are dragons too. I did think there would be a lot of dragons in this book, but unfortunately the dragon part of it was quite less for me. I feel like I thought there would be much more, especially because there's like a dragon on the sprayed edges and everything, so I thought it'd be like more heavily around the dragons, but it was not. I don't know if it's going to be more in the second book, but anyway, this was like so good. Okay, she went through this whole quest and there's so many things that happen. Also in this world, the magic system is such that your swords are the things that kind of have magic, I would say, and swords are not just given to you, you have to claim them. Like, that is how you get a sword and how you like fight with it. You have to claim a sword, and the sword has to like agree to be claimed by you. That's like the system over here. I just found this book so interesting. The whole world that she created was so good. Also, you have the main male character Riker, who is another contestant who's traveling to make it to the land of gods, and this is a true enemies to lover. Like, it's actually enemies. The things he says to her in the beginning, I was so shocked. I'm like, how are they going to go from this to lovers? I have no clue. But yeah, oh my god, the things that happened, the plot twist in the end was absolutely insane. No, I absolutely love this book. Like, actually, more than the romance aspect of it, I really like the lore, I really like the world. That is what intrigued me the most. I ended up giving this 4.5 stars. The only reason it was not a 5-star for me is because there were a lot of questions that I wanted answered, which I feel like we didn't even get 5% of the answers. And I think that's because she's building up to the book 2, which I understand, but I just feel like I wanted like one thread a little bit more, which I feel like we didn't get. But I don't know, maybe after I read book 2, maybe both of them will become 5 stars for me. I don't know, but right now 4.5 stars. I highly recommend this. This was just so good, so refreshing, and the world is just so beautiful. We are at our last book that we read in June, and this was the only book I think I read from my TBR, and that is Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. This is the first book in an interconnected standalone series called Undone. It is college hockey romance, and I have to say, I have heard so much hype about this series, and I have to say now that it is so completely warranted. This book was so freaking good. This follows Reese and Sadie. Reese plays college hockey, and he in his last game went through like something traumatic, and because of that now he has anxiety to get back on the ice. And Sadie is a figure skater, and they just end up like meeting by chance and kind of helping each other through life. Sadie is also going through a really difficult like time because she's having issues at home, and she has to like take care of her brothers. Her dad is an alcoholic, and she has just so much riding on her, so she's constantly working, constantly studying, or like practicing for her ice skating, which is why she has a scholarship in the first place, so she can't let that go either. So she's just like so under pressure at all times, and she's just so angry at life in general. And Reese is just so sweet, and he's there for her in every way possible. He tries to make her life so much better, and he is so down bad for her. Like, he would do anything for her. The mental health representation in this book was absolutely phenomenal. The story was so good. It was just so cute. Like, both of them were so cute, but at the same time all the struggles they go through was just so painful to read. I absolutely love this book. There's not a single thing I would change about it. For me it was a 5-star. And even like in the end, when I really thought there would be like a third act breakup or something, it was just so healthy. The communication, Reese especially, he's just so mature, and the way he communicates with her, and the way he's just not willing to give up on her, I loved every single aspect of it. I cannot wait to read more in this series because I don't know, this was just everything. It was just so cute. If you're looking for a college hockey romance which is not just fun and giggly, you want something deep and painful too, I think would be a really good series, because I think even the other books in this series have a lot of mental health rep and stuff. So I think it would be a really good series to try. But yeah, this was yeah, it broke my heart and also put it together, and I just loved them so much. Reese and Sadie are everything to me. I loved every single aspect of this book. I also loved how Reese like helps Sadie take care of her brothers. Oh my god. And the other thing I really loved is Reese's parents. I loved their relationship so much. Like, if they have a book, I will 100% read it. They were just so cute, his mom and dad. I cannot. No, this book was really good, guys. Like, I think this was my favorite read of the month. Okay, that's it. That was all the books I read in the month of June. I tried to keep this as short as possible because honestly I'm struggling. My nose is blocked and my throat is really bad. But yeah, I wanted to get this video up as soon as possible, so I wanted to film this today. Do let me know what you guys read last month. If you had any standout reads, if you had any really bad reads, do let me know. I would love some recommendations. I also post daily book content on TikTok and on Instagram. I'll leave the link in the description below in case you guys want to like follow and be friends on over there too. And if you did end up liking this video, please don't forget to subscribe so that you can be notified each time I post a new video. And yeah, I guess that's it. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.